Hi, you're watching India Post Live, India's first web TV news conversation online. I'm Shivraj, and today we're discussing why there are cases against MS Dhoni for appearing on a magazine cover. You too can join in on that conversation by logging on to indiapostlive.com. You can also tweet with us, hashtag India Post Live, or use the handle @India Post Live. Right. A local court in Andhra Pradesh has issued non-bailable warrants against MS Dhoni, and this is because the allegation is that he's hurt Hindu sentiments. Let's take a look at that report.
An Anantapur district court has issued an arrest warrant against Indian cricket team captain MS Dhoni for hurting the religious sentiments of Hindus. The case was filed last year against the cricketer by a local BHP leader, Y. Shyam Sundar, in February this year for denigrating the Hindu community after the cover of a business magazine carried a picture of him portrayed as Lord Vishnu. The bailable warrant was issued after Dhoni failed to appear before the court despite 3 summons. The next date of hearing has been set for July 16th.
Clearly, quite a frivolous case there. Joining us in studio is Chandrasekhar Luthra, Senior Editor Sports at DNA. And also online, we have Yanki Chabra, who's a copywriter at Low Lintas, joining in from Mumbai. But Shekhar, the case in itself, why are they making such a fuss about MS Dhoni appearing on a magazine cover beyond his control with the products he usually endorses?
Well, we all know cricket is a religion and all these players are demigods. But that does not mean that if somebody portrays them like a god, which people actually feel about them, they should be liable for these kind of things. This is quite ridiculous, because when I heard about this, my first reaction was, oh man, he has to probably go to some place in Andhra Pradesh and appear before for a case or for some trial which he does not even know about, it. So it is beyond his control.
And really, it's quite an inconvenience because he's not here. He's right now touring UK.
Well, that would be
and so
could be a bonanza for some policemen, to go there in England and probably try and get him back. But anyway, on a lighter note, I think the time has come probably, where from a higher court like Supreme Court or probably government could come in with a legislation where probably, these kind of cases should be stopped.
Surely there are more pressing needs.
Yes, if I am appearing in a dress like, a god and I am doing something, then I should be liable. If you put my picture or tomorrow
and morph it.
Yeah, and morphed it with some kind of, godlike things, then why should I be made liable? You should be held accountable, or that magazine, or that people who have done this. So I think this is quite ridiculous. That's why I am saying Dhoni should be held responsible for all those things which he does on field or out of the field, which products he endorses, whether he is endorsing it during the course of tournament or during his leisure hours. So probably he should be held accountable for those things, not for all these
not
things.
For something like
he can be prosecuted for probably skipping a series in Bangladesh or somewhere else, but not for these things.
Absolutely.
I just feel, though I am not a great fan of Dhoni, but I feel just a poor chap.
Absolutely, very frivolous. Yanki, clearly this is a case of someone using their own artistic and editorial freedom to portray MS Dhoni in a certain way. There have been a lot of cases, similar cases of public figures who've been morphed, who've been used in advertisements where copy is being changed, and it's led to problems. What is your view on this unnecessary set of summons that come from lower courts across the country?
I think we should rise above all these tiny issues and love the cricketers for what they are doing. I mean, they are doing a great job over there, and I mean, we even come up with such issues and who is to say? I mean, the tiniest of the things can cause to a sentimental hurt. I mean, tomorrow I can go out and say, there are so many temples and my sentiments are hurt by. So who is to draw the line where the sentiments are going to be hurt? The tiniest of the things can be claimed as it's a language game, right? So where do we draw the line? And Absolutely. If someone takes an artistic step forward, I mean, people like MF Hussain have left this country. Such brilliant artists have, just because of, I mean, why can't we, let's say, okay, we respect your faith in God, and why can't we dress up like, if we are, let's say we are the children of God, why can't we dress up like a godly father?
Yeah, and like Chandrasekhar Luthra was saying, some of our cricketers are demigods, and very often they worship, sportsmen are worshipped across the country. So what's the problem?
There are temples of Sachin. You'll go, you'll see temples of Amitabh, people like Sachin. There are temples. I mean, and we look. I mean, cricket is our religion, right? So why can't we just portray them as our gods, which they are, and which we consider? A lot of people will consider them as gods. So there is no harm in portray, and it's all in good fun. I mean, you don't have to look at it so seriously. Why have they done this?
Absolutely.
I mean, with all due respect, I mean, gods haven't. They don't have a section of patent. You know, you cannot do this. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. You cannot wear my clothes. I have never, at least whatever Gita or whatever you come across. I'm sorry to say, but enlighten me and show me a segment which says, God has marked all these segments and you cannot do all this.
Absolutely.
Enlighten me, please.
Okay, we're also joined online by Ankit Sinha, who's a journalist. Now, Ankit, in an age of social media, where so much is said and so much is done, this current government has made social media a prestige issue, a platform for communication. Where does it begin and where does it end, where you're talking about offending someone's sentiment somewhere in this country?
Uh, First, let me clear for what Dhoni was booked. Actually, he was portrayed as Lord Vishnu, and with many hands, he has many products in hand. So the case was only filed that he was carrying a shoe in his one hand. So the case was filed by Mr. Shyam Sundar, a Vishnu Hindu Parishad leader, and the case was just for that why the shoe is in hand, because as per of Hindu religion, they wanted that shoe is where to be on your feet, but it was portrayed in the hands of Dhoni. So that's the whole case. And coming to back to the topic, yeah, it's absolutely and useless or something. Leaders like these, they file these petty cases just to come into limelight. So, and in the age of social media, and we are connected so much that these things won't affect Dhoni at all. He's just concentrating his tour of England. He won't be giving a damn shit on this thing.
Right,
So
right.
it's exactly his PR agency, his marketing agency would be looking after it. But Dhoni would escape on this like this, because the advertising agency and the magazine who is on the wrong foot, if they are, so if Dhoni has nothing to do
Right,
with it,
right,
because
right.
he's a face of cricket and he's endorsing brand. So that was a story carried by Business Today.
Okay, sure,
And,
sure, Ankit. But it's very interesting. A lot of tweets coming in saying if you can Har Modi, you can have Narendra Modi portrayed. Why are they singling out MS Dhoni?
Well, this is again, there were a lot of debates when Har Modi, the slogan came in, whether that's derogatory, whether that's, insult to God. But again, this is, you go and preach your own faith. I have all the rights constitutionally and otherwise to believe in my own faith.
And why be so touchy always?
When I remember one incident. This was quite interesting. In 2008, when we were touring Australia, I remember during the last test in Adelaide, we hired a cab from our hotel to the team to the stadium, and this was an old man, about 80 plus. So curiously, we used to talk to these people for our daily items to get some interesting thing. So we asked him why you are working till Qatar. Then he told us that we came to know that this is the same guy who used to take Sir Donald Bradman from his house to the stadium for many years. He was his personal driver for many years, and later on, now he only runs his cabs around stadium. He doesn't have that kind of energy, but he's so passionate. So while we were getting out of the cab, he gave us a little bat. He said, only one request, if you could get signatures of Sachin Tendulkar. And by saying this, he started kind of, there was, his eyes became so, soft, and he started saying, I only love this guy because Sir Donald used to say that this is probably a reflection of my own game. So there was another journalist with me, and I gave it to him. I can't do it. So he gave it to Anil Kumble in the dressing room. If you could please get. Anil Kumble, we were surprised during tea time. Anil Kumble came back. He said, this is the thing. There were many signatures, and among that, there was also Sachin. So by the end, this gentleman was there. We had his number. We called him to the gate. While we finished off with our work, we gave it to him. And believe me, he started crying. He started crying literally, saying that probably this is the biggest gift at this time of my life You know, I'm getting to see his signatures. He was so touched. He kissed our hands. He said, "Thank you very much, young boys." Ye wo kind of. I mean, we were so touched, and he actually used one word. Sachin may be a god for you, but he is no less than a god to me also. So, is he liable? Has he hurt somebody's sentiments? Sachin was a god to everybody.
And this is not
in
the first
cricket field.
instance of public figures from the sports community being hauled up by religious fringe groups
Oh, yes.
for portrayal in ads and being there out there in public persona as well.
Well, I remember recently, two years back, when Sania Mirza, she had to face some cases again for dishonoring for national flag. I could understand that, again, national flag. But when she came out in public, said she didn't realize that there was a national flag in front of her. She was just sitting, probably somebody put it there, and her feet, touched that. I could understand, she apologized, but there were no sentiments attached to that, I mean, as far as the hurting somebody's. But in this regard, or for tomorrow, if you put Saina Nehwal or Sania Mirza into some, lion, or say that they are religious cults and all, I mean, why should they be put liable? Why should
It does
they be
have
made
a
liable?
huge impact on the morale of some of these sports people. I mean, the fact is that they're public
You know,
figures, they're
it is-
revered, and then you have these cases just harassing
It is
you.
just a harassment trial, nothing else. Because these IPCs or these all, I'm not a lawyer, but all these things were made in 18th century by some Britishers. There is a immediate need to probably, change all these things and become bit modern, what is happening in other cases also. So probably that's why I said at the first time that this is the time when Supreme Court has to step in and stop all
Absolutely.
this.
And there's been a huge debate that the Supreme Court has been meaning to step in to say, look, frivolous cases like this must be thrown out because there are far more serious concerns at the lower court levels that are just pending.
Oh, well, I remember 5-6 years back, I got a summons for jumping a red light in some Shri Ganganagar in Rajasthan. I have never been to that place. So I got 2-3 summons. Later on, it stopped coming. So why should I go there and put? I mean, there has to be some sense, when you entertain these kind of cases. So I don't know about this court. I don't want to react on what a judge has said. But again, this is a high time when government or the Supreme Court has to look into these kind of things, and these players, they are doing a fine job. We are here to criticize them. We rip them apart when they don't do well on the field. But this is the time they should be concentrating there. And I hope Dhoni should not be bothering about these kind of frivolous cases.
Especially when we crucially touring.
Yeah, touring
the
there,
UK.
we were completely blasted there 4-0 last time. This is the time we have to
Concentrate on the game and not these
revenge.
frivolous
Oh
cases.
yes, completely.
I'd say, Yanki, coming to you again, you raised a very crucial and moot point about nothing's codified. I mean, it's not anyone's domain to say this is right or wrong. But, a lot of us as journalists have been faced with cases like that. In the copyright business, do you have that hanging over your head, or do you feel that, you need to challenge the boundaries?
Oh, we always, before we come up with an idea, we always have this thought of whether or not this will go on, what kind of controversy it will create. I mean, in this age and time, we should be given, it's high time we have some freedom of expression. We claim that we do, but it's hardly, we all know, I mean, in India, how much of freedom of speech, and I mean, someone comes up with one tweet or a Facebook post, and the next day, all, they are arrested because they said something against a higher authority. And so, I mean, where's the freedom of expression? And
Where does it begin? Where does it end?
yeah, and such petty things, I mean, come on. The country is suffering and going through a lot right now to be, I mean, just because
Did you see the magazine cover in question?
Sorry?
Did you see the magazine cover in question?
Yeah, I did. It was a Dhoni in blue color and with some hand, and he had all these Pepsis, and so basically all the brands he endorses.
Absolutely, and it didn't look offensive from any form or manner. Sure.
Not at all, completely. And I believe, there is a temple of Maradona in somewhere in Kolkata, some Bengal. So that does it actually mean that a guy from Argentina can't be our God, or we have made him God? No, nothing. It's in just a good spirit. It's just a good thing that we are actually actually following it passionately. That's where probably Dhoni and when you are talking about this particular cover, I think there is clear cut, it is being mentioned, he is endorsing A product for this much of crore, B product for this much. There are about 8-10 hands and all his products. He is the most hot property in the
Absolutely.
world of...
He's the most marketable
Most
right now.
marketable. And the only one who is close to him or probably as near as him is Virat Kohli. So tomorrow Virat becomes captain, then obviously he'll be put in, you know, some magazines cover with all
Virat
kind
Kohli
of
already
things.
seen in somewhat
Yes.
of a ladies' man, and he's portrayed
And
in
there
that
is always
form.
been, I'm very novice to all this law things, but there is always a prima facie kind of thing. Even before entertaining anything, they always, or police or the judge, everybody looks at prima facie. Where is the prima facie of Dhoni? I can understand they question this magazine, they question the artist, they question the proprietor.
Yes, exactly.
They have
Why
all
the
kind of
person
things.
who
Why
has no control
Dhoni
over
should be?
the
Yeah,
artistic-
why Dhoni? There was a case against Dhoni.
Absolutely.
This is quite.
So, what have the reactions been, Yankee, amongst the creative community to this case or to hearing about this case being slapped against Dhoni?
I mean, it's as simple as that. If I had to put it in a one-liner, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Okay, on that note, thank you very much, Yankee, for joining us there from Mumbai. Thank you, Ankit, as well. And thank you so much, Chandrasekhar Luthra, for joining us and putting that perspective on the story of MS Dhoni being hauled up by a lower court in Andhra Pradesh for appearing on a magazine cover seeming like a demigod. You too can join in on the conversation, logging on to indiapostlive.com. Thank you for watching.